What's good, YouTube? This is Delteros, and today I figured I would bring you guys another how to buff tier list. This time I'm going to be working on electric types, because there are quite a few electric type Pokemon that need a buff, whether it be an evolution, an ability change, a stat buff, a signature move, and actually let me add, or signature move. But yeah, there are a million and one different ways you can buff a Pokemon without simply just giving it a Mega Evolution or an Evolution. But we're going to talk about some of those today. Yeah, no, really, what a Alolan Golem needs is if he's going to be a self destruct bot like his rock type brethren or like his rock ground brethren, they need to make it so that the move charge can buff self destruct and explosion. So, and he could probably use a stat buff. He's got Gen 1 stats for crying out loud. So we'll put him there. Um, Electrode, I would like to see this guy become a Great Ball or a Master Ball. So we're just going to put both Electrodes in that category because they basically have the same stats and they basically do the same thing. They're fast exploders. And again, make charge actually power up explosion and self destruct. Pikachu, really, there's not really a whole lot you could do to make this mon better. Give it the partner Pikachu stats full time. That would be about the only thing you could do. So it's either going to go in There's No Hope or it's good as is because it has done things in regionals and things, but I'm just going to put it in There's No Hope because it's a Prevo. Same with Pichu. Why are you even on this list? When I like searched this stuff, I wanted a final evolution tier list and got this instead. But at least it has I feel like this is not every electric Pokemon. Like for instance, I don't see Emolga on here. Or am I blind? Oh no, he's there. Alright. So yeah. There just haven't been that many electric type Pokemon over the years, I guess. Um yeah. Let's see. Raichu, if you want to buff Raichu, um first of all, give him Plasma Fists. And give him a base stat buff again. He needs a base stat buff. Like, I know that's not going to do a whole lot for him, but give his attack stat and his. Actually, honestly, with his Mega, you don't really need to give his special attack stat a buff, but give his physical attack stat like a 10 to 20 point buff. Make it 100 or 110. There's no reason not to. But yeah, giving him Plasma Fists, and as I've said in my general buffs video, which will probably be in a card somewhere around the 10-minute mark of this video, um, yeah, give Thunderfang and Thunder Punch a 20 point boost to their power. There's no reason for them to be 65 and 75 respectively. That's ridiculous. Stop that. Um, you can't really give Jolteon a Mega Evolution because if you give it to one evolution, you got to give it to all of them. But it definitely needs a stat buff. Um, Zapdos? Zapdos is good as is. Zapdos is still like mildly competitive to this day. Lantern, hopefully in Winds and Waves, this thing gets an evolution. We're gonna be diving again. It's the perfect time to like give it a final form. It just would make perfect sense, and especially since we can use that light on its head underwater, that'd be kind of cool. Um, let's see. Ampharos. Honestly, I don't think there's any hope for this Pokemon. I don't know what they could do for it. They gave it a Mega Evo, and it's not good. I don't know how they would reallocate stats. I'm going to say Raikou is probably good as is. Maybe that's just the nostalgia bias talking, but I think Raikou is probably good as is. Manectric, it has Intimidate. It has a lot of good tools. Maybe a stat buff for its overall. Um, Plus and Minun, evolve them. Evolve them. That is the only way they have a shot. Luxray, um, Mega Evolution, definitely. It's one of the fan favorites to get a Mega. It needs a Mega. Do it. Almost said Konami, almost said Bushiroad. Do it, Game Freak. Let's see. Pachirisu. I don't even know how to buff this thing. You know what? We're gonna change this name to I don't know. Because I don't want to say that it needs an evolution, even though it probably does, so we might just stick it there for now. You can let me know in the comments if you think that's correct. Magnezone, honestly, give him Levitate. Just take away his ground weakness. Or give him a stat buff and a signature move. Electivire, give him a Mega. Definitely. He can benefit greatly from a Mega. And dump some of its points into his speed. I know Motor Drive is supposed to increase speed and all that, but yeah. Rotom just needs a stat buff across the board. And maybe a signature move for its electric form, because honestly, the reason, I don't know. There's no hope, I guess. Give Zebstrika an evolution and then give it a Mega Evolution. Pincurchin. Oh wait, I'm at Emolga. I don't know, but yeah, there's no hope for Emolga. You could give it an evolution and try, but I'm saying there's just Give Galvantula an evolution. I don't know how to buff Stunfisk. I'm gonna put Electros in good as is because it just got a Mega, so we need to know its ability and everything to see what it's gonna do. Thundurus, you're good as is. Zekrom, honestly, give it. You know what? We gonna give it a Mega. We gonna give it a Mega. I like Zekrom. Give an evolution to Heliolisk. I don't know how to fix Dedenne. I don't know how to fix Togedemaru. Give you a stat buff to your speed. Yeah, all that Vikavolt needs is a stat buff to its speed. Take some of the attack. It doesn't need whatever its attack stat is, and put 30 or 40 points in speed. Tapu Koko, probably good as is. It's been a minute since I've seen the Tapus, so we'll see how they play. Xurkitree, probably good as is. It's been a minute since I've seen it, so we'll see how it plays. Zeraora just got a Mega Evolution, so we'll see how it plays. Boltund, he's a good boy. Make him a bigger pupper. Evolve him. He deserves it. I mean, he's basically slightly faster Raichu if you look at his stat spread. I think they both have 90 in their physical and special attack. The only difference is that Boltund has 11 more points in speed. Um, Pincurchin, there's no hope. Um, Surprisingly, uh, Morpeko has a lot of good tools. Electric Dark is a fair typing. It can, at the very least, hit ground types now because it can learn Dark type moves. Aura Wheel is an absolutely busted move every time it. I think it's every. I don't know if it's every time it's used or every time. Yeah, every time it hits, it ups the speed, so that's not a problem. It gets fake out. It just. Yeah, this thing is actually. I'm not gonna say good as is. Could probably use a mild stat buff, or I would like to see an Evo. Um, I'm gonna put him in like good as is because I don't know what he needs. I don't know if there's any hope for this mon. Reggie Alecki, you wanna buff him? You fix Transistor, and you give him some better coverage moves. Um, Palmut, give him a stat buff. Give him like the Mega Evo stat buff. That would actually do wonders for him because electric fighting is not a bad typing. Belly Bolt, I don't think he needs much. I think he kind of does the niche thing that he's supposed to do, but I would like to see him get an Evo. Kilowattrel, Wind Rider's a cool ability and all, but I don't think it does enough. Give him an Evo. Sandy Shocks, I don't really know how to buff any of the paradoxes, so we're just not gonna buff them. Um, yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't really know how to fix the paradoxes. Miraidon doesn't need a buff. It's good as is. We'll see how it does without the ability to Terra Fairy. Raging Bolt doesn't need a buff. It's good as is. Now here's another one I want to talk about because if you want to fix if you want to fix Raichu, if you want to fix Alolan Raichu, give it a 15-point buff to its special attack, and I would say give it a move that sets up electric terrain when it hits so it can take advantage of its Surge Surfer ability without having to rely on another Pokemon. But if you're playing in doubles, you probably already have Miraidon on the board, so maybe it'll work. I don't know. So I'm going to say signature move or stat buff. Um, Oricorio, evolve the Oricorio. Just evolve Oricorio. Toxtricity needs an evolution or a mega evolution. And that's really it because I'm not buffing. I don't like. I don't know what you could do for the amped form of Toxtricity, and I'm not buffing Therian Landorus or Therian Tornadus or whatever. I'm sorry, Thunderous. But yeah, thank you guys for 60 subs. I don't know what I did to promote my how to buff bug tier list, but I need somebody to tell me in the comments because I would like to replicate that. Um, it's doing very well for me, and it's one of my best viewed videos. I think maybe I don't know, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you have subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you do subscribe this time, hit the notification bell so you get all the notifications for my videos. And this has been Delteros, and remember, don't be me, be better.